All right, once again, we welcome you back to Collinsville High School. We are at halftime of this girls' soccer game between Collinsville and Father McGivney, no score. Of course, I do not know if everything's working correctly or not because there's nobody on the field for the camera to follow as of yet, so we will have to find out here in a minute, but we do need to play some commercials. I'm not going to get the halftime show in, so we'll have to save that for a later date, and we do apologize to everyone that is a sponsor of ours. Sometimes these things happen. All right, we are about 4 minutes away from the resumption of this game. We're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
And we welcome you back to Kahawk Stadium. I have movement on the field now, and so far so good. No glitching. So your guess is as good as mine as to what happens here with these computer systems during these games sometimes. We will be here for playoff soccer 1 week from tomorrow. Collinsville versus O'Fallon in the first regional semifinal of the day. And that will be the 5 p.m. game. So we'll be on the air around 4:40, somewhere around there. We are scheduled tomorrow to bring you softball between Collinsville and Belleville East from the Collinsville Sports Complex, but like I said, we got some more rain in the forecast overnight tonight. Pretty heavy line of thunderstorms moving through western Missouri as we speak, heading this way, but they're supposed to die out a little bit before they make it all the way here. But there is already talk about moving that game to Belleville East tomorrow because they have a turf field, and I've already been in touch with Mark Larson, the athletic director out at Belleville East, and he told me, yeah, come on out. If it gets moved, we'd love to have you. So I'll head out that way if that's the case. If both of them ended up being canceled, if we don't end up playing softball tomorrow, then maybe we'll switch gears and bring you some Kahok volleyball as the boys are playing in Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium against O'Fallon tomorrow. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll let you know everything on the Kahok Sports Network Facebook page when and if anything like that takes place. We are underway here in the second half. No score between Collinsville and Father McGivney. Each team had one shot on goal in that first half, and nothing doing as that ball ends up going out of bounds. Throw in coming up here from Harper Detmers. Detmers off of the head of Carly Call. Call trying to step back into it, can't do so. Off of a body and out of bounds, and Carly will have the throw in. We're just underway here in this second half. Paige Bonnemeyer now in goal to your right, and Peyton Ellis in goal to your left. That ball ends up going out of bounds, man. It's a good thing Harper Detmers didn't hurt herself going for that ball. Carly Call ready to throw in another one. She does. Judasek trying to get there first, but that ends up going off of the head of Rossetto. So Collinsville with another throw in. We're getting a little bit closer to the goal. A little bit of a farther throw in. That one stays in, and Father McGivney gets to it a couple of times before it comes over to Carly Call, but then off of the foot of Isringhausen and out of bounds. So now Call will throw the ball back in again from midfield. Does so to Ella Smith right off of her knee and out of bounds. So now the throw in will come from Harper Detmers. And Detmers all the way down, and an opportunity here for Kretzer. Kretzer comes in from the outside of the box and right in front with a nice pass, and too high off of the foot of Isringhausen. She had a perfect opportunity to put a rocket shot on goal, but just got underneath it and sent it over the crossbar of the goal and the crossbar of the football uprights as well. So it turns into a goal kick restart here for Bonnemeyer. Comes back out. Isringhausen got there first, but there's three Kahawks there and rolls off of the backside of Carly Call and up for Kretzer. Kretzer once again trying to turn the corner, and we're going to have our first corner kick of this game. Did not have any corner kicks in the first half. Father McGivney is going to get the first corner kick here in half number 2. Non-conference game, so there will not be any overtime, just in case you were thinking ahead in a 0-0 affair. Here is Sienna Strell with the corner kick. Comes all the way out front. Collinsville got a leg on it first, pops back out to the front of the 18-yard box, and then a loose ball is going to be picked up over there on the far side by Devin Ellis. Ellis turns around, takes a shot toward the goal, and a one-hopper right to Paige Bonnemeyer. So the second shot on goal of this game, first one of the half, belongs to Father McGivney. Bonnemeyer sends it all the way back out to midfield. Trying to stomp on that ball was Lyra. Now goes back to the defense. Here is Ellis. Gets the ball on up for Miniman. Collinsville takes over from there. The Smith girls play a little tic-tac-toe. And now an opportunity here for Ella Smith on this near sideline. And she gets a little shove from behind by Detmers. Detmers thought it belonged to her. Collinsville says, wait a second. Carly Call with the throw in. Call trying to find Lyra with it. Comes down in front. Judasek is there, but she's pushed off by Rossetto. Comes back once again for Father McGivney. That ball ends up going out of bounds, and now we're going to have a free kick coming up here for Father McGivney, but it's going to be from about 100 yards away. Close to it anyway. Call it 90. They won't even try to kick it toward the goal, just pass it. And now all the way up into the offensive zone that belongs to the Griffins. Collinsville gets a hold of it on the second try, and the Kahawks trying to send the ball back up. Ella Borm couldn't continue, and now an opportunity here for Father McGivney. Nice job there standing your ground by Ashley Giannini, because flying up the middle was Erin Kretzer. She was awaiting that pass, and the pass never made it to her because of that play by Giannini. Well, looks like shutting everything down and bringing it back up kind of worked, so I don't know. Sometimes those things happen. Over here now for Detmers. Detmers works the ball up, but off of the shins there of Call. Back to Detmers. She sends it up into the middle. Judasek steps in front of it and sends it over here to the sideline for Ella Smith. Smith trying to sneak the ball up in there to Lyra, but it was just a little bit too far. Lyra coming back for it. Detmers fends her off, and then they'll just tap the ball back over to the goalkeeper, Ellis. Ellis almost gave that ball away. Back up to midfield we go. And the Griffins on the move. Send it over here to the sideline, but I don't think, no. Isringhausen couldn't catch up with it. So another throw-in coming up here for Call for Collinsville. We're a little over 5 minutes into half number 2. Still no score between Collinsville and Father McGivney. Here is Judasek. Couldn't continue. So picked that one off, did Rossetto. Rossetto comes in, but that ball was offside. Getting in a little too deep was Erin Kretzer. And the sideline judge over here threw up his flag for the offside call. But the ball went out of bounds before he could complete the call, so it's just a throw-in for Collinsville as the Griffins go back to work. And they send it over to the far side now for one of the defenders to send it back up into the middle. Now it comes back here for Devin Ellis. And Ellis, with her head up, pokes one, and a catch in midair by Bonemeyer. Third shot on goal for Father McGivney. Looks like, is that DiGirolamo wants to check in over there? All the way back to Giannini. She heads the ball down, but right onto the foot of Isringhausen. Isringhausen sends it to midfield. Collinsville takes over from there. Here is Ava Smith. Ava Smith had a little trouble from behind. Sends it over to the sister, Ella. Ella will send it back to Lang, and then Call will send it all the way back up. Trying to find the springboard for Lyra to get a little offensive push. Borm gets ran into. Poked back to the defense once again. Here is Ellis. Sends the ball all the way up to the forwards, and here is Rossetto. Rossetto sends the ball onto the foot of Hawkins. Hawkins back to Rossetto. Pokes it up into the box, but Giannini gets there first and sends it out to the sideline just past the corner flag. About 2 inches on the sideline side of that corner flag to keep it from being a corner kick. And now it's popped back up into the front of the 18-yard box. And a shot on goal and right into the breadbasket there of Bonemeyer. So back-to-back shots on goal here for Father McGivney. Gives them 4 in the game as we approach 32 minutes left to play here in this second half. Bonemeyer sends the ball all the way back out to midfield off of one of the Griffins' heads, and it rolls back into defensive zone where Ellis will send it back to Ellis. It's the Ellis and Ellis show. Peyton and Devin. Devin sends the ball up. That's going to go out of bounds before Isringhausen could get there to stop it. Collinsville will have a throw in, and it'll be handled once again by Carly Call. Ella Smith goes out. Ava DiGirolamo checks in. Seniors are pretty much done. If you had your finals done last week, your last day was Friday. Otherwise, you're doing them today and tomorrow. And graduation taking place this Saturday. Poked up and back down. Here is Isringhausen. Kicks a bouncing ball and over the head of Borm. Opportunity here for Father McGivney, and that is Strell, who sends the ball to Rossetto. And Rossetto just into the 18-yard box on the far side, throws it up front, but Kretzer could not get there in time. Now Kretzer does get there, and a little chip shot, and that one's going to go on top of the net. So another goal kick restart coming up here for Paige Bonnemeyer. No score, Collinsville and Father McGivney. And back out to the midfielders, and Carly Call takes care of it. Sends it back up to the midfield and the circle area. Here is Judasek finding a loose ball. Sends it on over to Call. Call sends it up to Ava Smith. And Smith trying to spring DiGirolamo, let her a little bit too far. So a throw-in coming up here for Father McGivney. They'll take it real quick and send it up to Isringhausen. Isringhausen breaks in on the right side of the box and puts one on goal, and a save by Bonnemeyer again on her knees near this near side post. And after each team had one shot on goal in the first half, Father McGivney already has 4 shots on goal here in the second half. Just under 30 minutes to go here in half number 2. Back out to midfield. Ball popped straight up into the air. And Judasek was there trying to wrestle it away, but couldn't. Call will send it up trying to find DiGirolamo, but instead a loose ball that's going to be taken once again by Isringhausen. She cuts all the way outside the box and throws one up in the middle. Blocked out of there by Collinsville and Addie Munoz. Now onto the foot of DiGirolamo. Trying to send it up there for Serna to take care of. Comes down no for Ellis. Ellis will try to put a shot on goal. That bounces off one of the Kahok players and all the way over to the far side of the 18-yard box. Now in front, and an opportunity being looked after by Rossetto. She got bumped off the ball, and Lyra will send the ball up, trying to find Serna, but just past her, and the defense will take care of it and send it all the way over here now for Harper Detmers. Detmers sends the ball up. Judasek sends it right back to where it came from. Nice job there by Smith to DiGirolamo. DiGirolamo and Detmers in a foot race. Detmers is going to win it and send the ball back out to Peyton Ellis. Ellis looking, and that's off of the body of Serna and out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Father McGivney. Sometimes it seems to me as if Peyton Ellis forgets that she can bend down and pick up that ball once it rolls into the box like that. Maybe not. Maybe it was off of her player and she couldn't. That much I don't remember. Up to Isringhausen. Isringhausen out to midfield, taken care of there by Munoz, but it comes right back to Isringhausen. She pops it up right in the top of the circle. Borm couldn't get there. And Strell tries to continue the forward progress. She does so. Comes into the far side of that 18-yard box, throws it up in the middle. Nice poke check there by Ashley Giannini. And Giannini will send it all the way up onto the foot of Serna. Serna trying to move her way around Spate. And Spate gets there first and sends it back to Ellis. Ellis back to Spate. Spate sends it back up to midfield. Giannini got there first. And, well, excuse me, that wasn't Giannini. That was Lyra, I believe. And now a bouncing ball and almost running into Ellis. Now we're going to have a whistle on the play, and referee is going to give a little talking to there to Eliana Serna, excuse me. Also has a couple words to say to Peyton Ellis as well, because wasn't totally on Serna. Now we're back to action. And the two captains pass it back and forth to each other for a moment. And up to Kretzer it goes, and then that ball is going to go in between the benches and out of bounds. Mets now have a 2-0 lead over the Cardinals in the 5th inning. Mets have pretty much the same records as the Cardinals do, close to it. Things are not rosy in Cardinal Nation these days. Fans are in an uproar. They want heads to roll, most notably Marmol and Mozeliak. Here is Judasek trying to come in. Got a little pressure from behind. Gets it to DiGirolamo. DiGirolamo was trying to poke it in as Morgan Lang was making her run up the middle, but that ball got a little ricochet off of one of the Father McGivney players. Back out to midfield. Griffins take over, and they send the ball up to Rossetto. Rossetto in a race now with Giannini, and Rossetto got to the ball first, sends it back up to the front of the box, and a bouncing ball that's going to go wide of the far side post. So Collinsville will have a goal kick restart here. Well, never mind. Francisco Lindor hits a sacrifice fly, and now the Cardinals are trailing 3-0. Kyle Gibson started on the bump for the Cardinals in that game. He was on the mound when took the Kahok Broadcasting Club on a field trip to go up into the press area. That was a lot of fun. Ball comes down. Giannini gets there first, pops it up, and off of the head of one of the Griffins, and Father McGivney trying to work a little offense once again. And they'll send it up into the middle, and here is Rossetto, and that ball again blocked out by Giannini. Giannini will send it over to Carly Call. Call trying to find DiGirolamo over here on the sideline. That ball got partially blocked out. And here is Harper Detmers. Detmers gets around Call, got around Giannini. Judasek steps in front of the loose ball. DiGirolamo picks it up, sends it back, but Devin Ellis will send it all the way over to the far side, and taken up over there by Strell, and then back over to Forneris, and then Collinsville sends it back into their offensive zone, and about 40 yards away from her goal, Peyton Ellis will send it up in front of her bench. Here is Muniz. Muniz over on the far side kind of fell backwards and looks like right into the knee of head coach Matthew McVicker. At least I hope it was her knee and not the edge of that aluminum bench. We're going to have time stopped, even though she is off the field of play. That's a little concerning over there. So we have a stoppage in play. We'll go ahead and go to a commercial break, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Collinsville with an opportunity here inside, just outside now of the 18-yard box. So Eddie Muniz walked off the field under her own power. She went back to her bench, and it appears that she's okay. That was a little scary. She went backwards and fell down and hit her head. Not sure if it was on McVicker's knee or the edge of that aluminum bench over there. At any rate, that had to hurt. And then Collinsville came back and had an opportunity on the offensive side of things. Everett checks back into the game. And Collinsville looking for a little offensive opportunity here. Here is Carly Call getting the ball up, and now gets the ball right back, but it bounces off of her leg. And then out front for Judasek. Judasek sends it over here now for DiGirolamo. Back to Judasek. Judasek stepping around her defender, looking for an opportunity, and sends the ball over to the far side now for Lyra. Lyra trying to fend off her defenseman over there on the corner of that box. Now she's going to get double teamed and sends the ball into the box, but that is Father McGivney who gets there first and will send the ball into the Kahok bench as Collinsville wants to make another substitution. There you go. Eddie Munoz checks back into the game. So nice to see that she's okay. She's like, put me back in, coach. I'm ready. Comes up. Far side sideline. Giannini trying to chase it down first. She does get there. Gets a little pressure from behind, and Giannini will send it back over to Bonnemeyer. Bonnemeyer will send the ball all the way back down into the offensive zone. Now out to midfield it goes. As we have just under 22 minutes to go here in the second half. Scoreless contest so far. Griffins out shooting Collinsville 5-1 in this game. Each team had a shot on goal in the first. And then Father McGivney had a good 7 to 9 minute mark where they put on 4 more shots on goal. But Bonnemeyer was true to the test. She has 5 wins on the year. All 5 have come via the shutout. Here's another opportunity, and this time Carly Call will get there first, and then ends up sailing over the head of Smith. Comes down, and Everwright trying to get there, couldn't do so. Goes back to Ellis for Father McGivney. Up into the midfield logo for Miniman. And then back to work go the Griffins, all the way over on the far sideline. Here is Strell, and that was offsides. Strell was ahead of the play all the way over there on the far sideline. Referee over here on this side saw it. And that'll give Collinsville a free kick. And this one taken by Ashley Giannini from about 90 yards away. And off of the head. That sounds like it hurts, man. That was right off of the forehead there of Hawkins. Hear the thud up here, and I've got headphones on. Back to Ellis. She remains busy back there on the defensive side of things. Comes over here for DiGirolamo. Nice play there by Judasek to get the ball over to her. And now a slow roller comes out for the goalkeeper, Peyton Ellis. She'll pop the ball up into the air. Carly Call off of her forehead. Past Judasek, and then off of the head of Ava Smith. Smith gets double teamed, gets punched off the ball. Judasek tried to help, but didn't get there in time. But Ryland doesn't give up. And Carly Call punches the ball up the near sideline for DiGirolamo. And then it's taken over there by Father McGivney. Here is Beck. Natalie Beck sends the ball up, and they spring Kretzer. Kretzer comes just outside the box, right into the middle, and a shot on goal and a save by Bonnemeyer. Paige Bonnemeyer is no joke in goal, man. If she sees it, she stops it. Usually. Bonnemeyer sends the ball back out into the twilight sky. Sun has already set. Darkness has yet to take over. Lights have been turned on here at Kahok Stadium and are in full effect now. Ball bounces into the Kahok bench. And a throw in coming up here for Collinsville. Ella Bourne will take care of it. And another ball ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville made a couple of substitutions, but can't even tell you who they are. It was so far away I couldn't see the numbers. Here is Everwright. Everwright got punched off the ball, and now a ball sent all the way over here to this near side sideline. Trying to settle it down is Natalie Beck. Beck does so, but the ball ricochets off of the shoulder there of Serna. And now an opportunity once again for Father McGivney, but Giannini in that speed closed the gap as Aaron Kretzer was trying to come in. And the throw-in will take place here on this near side sideline, and doing the honors is Harper Detmers. Detmers Throws the ball into the box, and a little tip of the ball, and then taken care of there by Giannini. That ball is going to end up rolling across the end line, and Father McGivney is going to have a corner kick because that ball had some spin on it, and Giannini tried to kick it across the sideline, but it had so much spin that it ended up spinning across the end line instead of the sideline. So second corner kick of this game, second one of the half for Father McGivney. This time it will be taken by Devin Ellis. Ellis lays into it, sends it out to the other side of the box, comes down in front, and a shot on goal and a save by Bornemeyer. "17 minutes to go here in this second half. Still no score between Collinsville and Father McGivney. Kahawks have 2 regular season games left. Tomorrow against Triad, Zach Roseman and Brett Borm will have that game for you on the Kahawk Broadcast Club Student Network. And then the ladies will be at Edwardsville on Friday. And that'll end the regular season before the playoffs begin Tuesday here at Collinsville, where the Kahawks will take on O'Fallon. That ball is going to go out the other side and end up going across the end line. So a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. Spring sports season winding down. Before you know it, it'll be summertime. Then before you know it, it'll be August, and we'll start doing it all over again. I was already looking ahead at next year's schedules, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Usually I end up soccer first, volleyball second, and then football third, but this year both the volleyball team and the boys soccer team open up their seasons here at home on the same day. So we'll figure it out. Ball ends up going across the end line, and another goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville's freshman keeper, Paige Bornemeyer. Page sends it back out toward midfield, more towards midfield. Comes down, and Munoz there, and she couldn't contain, and now Giannini sends it up, and we're going to have a foul called. And a free kick from about 40 yards away taken here by Devin Ellis. Ball on the way, and no problem there for Bornemeyer. But now 8 shots on goal for Father McGivney, and only one of those came in the first half. 7 shots on goal here in the second half. Collinsville looking for their second shot on goal in the game, as each team had one in the first half. But second half, all the shots on goal have belonged to Father McGivney, and they're looking for another opportunity. Here is Beck. And another corner kick coming up here for the Griffins, as that ball ended up getting knocked out of bounds by Ashley Giannini. So the third corner kick of this game for Father McGivney. All of them have come here in the second half. And it's a pass more than a kick. Comes back out for Ellis. She'll pop it up in front now. And a header, and that's going to go wide over by this near side post. And it'll be another goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. We are due to bring you softball tomorrow. Not sure if that's going to happen, as we have storms moving through the Show Me State right now. Pretty strong ones from what I understand. But as they move east, they're going to lose a little bit of their punch, but we're still supposed to get a lot of rain out of it. Rain that we don't really need. Another opportunity for Father McGivney. They shove it in front. And another pass. That was one pass too many. Collinsville gets it out of there. And the Kahawks looking for a little room to move. Abby Mayhew trying to track the ball down. She can't. Comes all the way over here to this near sideline. Keeping it inbounds was Harper Detmers, and Detmers will send it back to Peyton Ellis, the Griffins goalkeeper. Back over here to Detmers. And Detmers lost control of the ball, goes out of bounds, so Collinsville with a throw in. That'll be handled by Carly Call. Carly throws the ball in, finds Lyra. Lyra trying to find Serna. That ball again is punched out of bounds by Father McGivney. Griffins want to make a 3-player swap. Collinsville makes a 1-player swap. Out goes Morgan Lang, and in comes Ella Smith for the Kahawks. Throw in coming up here for Collinsville as soon as all the players get in their spots. Here is Carly Call. Call trying to find Lyra. Instead, it's off of the head of one of the Griffins players. Comes over here to the near sideline, almost taken care of there by Carly Call, but she couldn't quite get there in time. DiGirolamo trying to track the ball down, but Strell gets there first. Takes care of it out to midfield to Rossetto. Rossetto sends it back to the midfielders. Now over here to the sideline for Isringhausen. Out of bounds off of Detmers, and another throw-in coming up here for Carly Call. 11 and a half minutes to go here in this second half. Still no score between Collinsville and Father McGivney. Because of all this rain, I was looking at my schedule today. All this rain that we've been having in the month of April and beyond, I only did 2 baseball games in the month of April. Crazy. I try to concentrate on baseball and softball in the springtime because they don't have huddle cameras where they play. Volleyball and soccer does. So I try to get as many baseball and softball games in as I can, but it just hasn't worked out this year. Weather is not cooperating. That was a long-distance shot, but it was on goal, and Bonemeyer had to make the save. So the 9th shot on goal here in this game for Father McGivney. And Bonemeyer sends it all the way back out toward midfield and just a little bit beyond. Collinsville takes over. That is Ellis Smith who sent the ball up into the offensive zone, but Ellis will help send it back to midfield. Bounces over the head of DiGirolamo. DiGirolamo makes a nice move in front of her own bench, continues to move the ball up, trying to get it to Mayhew. And Mayhew gets stepped in front of there by Strell. And now Mayhew still over there trying to get that ball away. Hugging that sideline, sends the ball up. And off of the foot of Smith. And a kind of a pass shot that ended up going in, and Serna was trying to guide it the rest of the way with her leg. Here is Carly Call. Little pass there. I don't know if I would have sent that one up to the box, man. Over to DiGirolamo. Back over to Smith. Ella Smith sends it into the middle. Back out to midfield. Here is Munoz. Munoz to Call. Call puts on a nice move to get rid of Isringhausen, and then Isringhausen doesn't like it very much, so she takes her down. Collinsville's going to have a free kick here from about 40 yards away. Maybe this is the one. Ashley Giannini will take this one. Right at the football 30-yard line, so 40 yards away from the goal occupied by Peyton Ellis. Giannini sends it up front, and oh boy, a little bit of a misplay there. I don't know whether Peyton Ellis thought about catching it, and then she, at the last second, decided to take care of it with her foot, and that almost cost her. Collinsville makes another couple of substitutions here. Everett checks back in, as does Morgan Lang. Ball comes down, and Father McGivney gets there first. They'll send it up that far sideline. Giannini, she's trying to track it down first. She will. She'll turn the corner and then just tap it over to Bonemeyer, and Bonemeyer will send a high fly ball all the way back out to midfield. Takes a bounce over Smith. Everett trying to track it down, still going after it, and she'll go ahead and send it back to Call. We are approaching 8 minutes left to play here in the second half. Still no score between Collinsville and Father McGivney. Here is Everett. Oh, just sent the ball behind Serna instead of in front of her. Serna would have still had to deal with Ellis. And Ellis is a pretty good defender here for the Griffins. That would have been a tall task. Comes down for Everett. And Everett does another nice job getting around. Sends it up to Serna, but this time didn't lead her far enough. That ball goes off of the legs of Everett and out of bounds. So first time, ball behind her. Second time, too much of a lead. Detmers with the throw in. Comes all the way up the line. Never did make it inbounds. That ball got thrown from the out-of-bounds marker, and it stayed in the out-of-bounds marker. And they're going to let Collinsville throw that ball in from where it was thrown in by Detmers. Carly Call will come all the way up, take this throw. Call. Looking for Serna. Comes down, and Eliana couldn't continue with it. Comes all the way out now for Kretzer. Kretzer gets the ball over to Rossetto. Rossetto throws the ball up looking for a pass. Giannini steps in front of it, takes care of it. Collinsville goes back to work, popped up back into the offensive zone. And to the midfield logo. Over here on this sideline now for Isringhausen, and she couldn't control it. Collinsville will have another throw in. 6.5 minutes to go here in this second half. And it comes down for Ella Smith. She gets kind of pinched off the ball on a double team, trying to get past Isringhausen as well. And a loose ball picked up by Everett, poked away though. And then Ellis will send it back to her defensive partners. And Isringhausen will send it up to midfield. Comes down for Ryback. Ryback sends it all the way over to the far sideline. 6 minutes left to go here. And here is Father McGivney. Shot right to Bonnemeyer. And Bonnemeyer has been busy over there here in the second half. That's the 9th shot on goal here in this second half by Father McGivney. 10 total, as each team had 1 in the first half. Collinsville had the first shot on goal very early in the game. I'm really happy the glitching stopped. I'm sure everybody else watching is too. Sometimes that's what you got to do, shut things down and fire it back up, and for some reason that takes care of the problem. Peyton Ellis sends the ball up to the defense, and Devin Ellis will send it all the way back down into the Griffins offensive zone, tracked down by Giannini first. She'll get there, and Bonnemeyer will boot that ball back out to midfield just as Isringhausen was running in. And it goes out of bounds right at midfield. And a throw-in coming up here for Detmers once again. Detmers throws it over the head of the intended target, which was Isringhausen. And Giannini will get there first. And she'll get there second. Nope. And an opportunity here for Father McGivney. JV team scored the only goal Father McGivney needed in the 1-0 win earlier. With just 3.5 minutes to go, we're approaching that spot here in this varsity game now. We are almost at 4.5 minutes to go. Here is Detmers with another throw-in into the corner off of the head of Carly Call, and it hits the corner flag, so that's going to be another corner kick, and that's going to be the 4th corner kick here in this second half for the Griffins. This one being taken by Sienna Strell. Strell puts a foot into it, but sends it past the back side of the net. So nothing doing on that particular corner kick. Hey, the Cardinals are on the board. Wilson Contreras doubles in the bottom of the 6th. Cardinals trailing the Mets 3-1. Goal kick restart for Bonnemeyer. Line drive all the way back out to midfield, and then it takes a roll and beyond. Trying to track it down is Everett. Everett couldn't get there ahead of Ellis. Ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville with a quick throw in, trying to get there before all the bodies can. Popped up into the air and off of Ellis and out of bounds. Nope, they're going to say that was off of Smith and out of bounds. So throw in coming up here for Father McGivney. As we approach 3 minutes to go here in this second half. Throw-in will come in right in front of the Kahok bench. Bounces over a couple of people, and Munoz will send it right in to the Kahok bench, and Hannah Liljegren takes care of it. Our pregame guest comes back to Giannini. Giannini, Judasek, sends it all the way down. Everwright trying to sneak in from behind. Collinsville, they stay in control of the ball. Comes up now onto the foot of Ava Smith. Smith trying to send it over to the far side for, I believe that was either Sierna or Lyra. Throw in for Father McGivney at midfield. And Carly Call sends the ball up, and I believe that was a handball. Bounced off with a foot of Serna and then off of her hand. So a free kick, well, they're going to go ahead and pass it. And all the way up. Collinsville had the opportunity to move the ball up first, but now Father McGivney takes over. They circle and will send it off of the head of Ashley Giannini. That one all the way back out to the midfielders area. And here is Ava Smith trying to spring Serna, but instead found Detmers. And then a lob shot into the front area toward the box, but out of bounds off of Giannini. And another throw-in coming up here for Harper Detmers. Detmers throws it into the front of the box, kicked out of there by Giannini. Off of the leg then of Smith. Comes down for Ellis, and Ellis will send a bouncing ball toward the goal, but it's going to go wide. And with 1 minute and 20 seconds left, Bonnemeyer is going to have another goal kick restart here. Bonnemeyer sends a low line shot back out toward midfield. Collinsville gets there and touches it first. We're under a minute to go here in this one. And Collinsville making their move into the offensive zone. Here is Lyra. Lyra trying to sneak a pass all the way up to Ava Smith. That was intercepted. Collinsville stays with it, though. And then out front it comes back out to Carly Call. Call was just trying a little chip shot, trying to spring Serna. Serna comes back in. Now Judasek. And back out toward the midfield logo we go for Smith. And Smith sends one over to the far sideline, gets it right back. And looking for a little help from her friends. Finds Judasek. Judasek sends the ball up, but that's headed out. And onto the foot of Devin Ellis. Ellis trying to get it past Morgan Lang. Does so for a second. Then Lang stays with it. Over to Judasek. Judasek with a shot toward the goal. Here's an opportunity for Serna. Serna shot. Goal! No, they're going to call it offside. No? And that's going to do it. So no goal? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's a shame. Offside was the call. Serna put one in the back of the net, but the referee on the other side already had his flag set out, and this game ends in a 0-0 tie. That takes us into the post-game show brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street. I can almost throw a rock and hit LC's from here. Call them for carryout orders at 618-855-9007. 0-0 final here in the varsity game. The Lady Griffins won the JV game 1-0, and we'll be back to talk things over with Sydney Carroll in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than Elsie's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, Elsie's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. Elsie's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. Elsie's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And Elsie's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. Elsie's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at Elsie's Pub. Elsie's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. 0-0 tie. First tie of the year for your Lady Kahok soccer team. As neither Father McGivney nor Collinsville could find a shot that actually counted. But, boy, I tell you what, Eliana Serna almost did, but the play was called offside in the closing seconds and almost had it there, Coach. That is Sydney Carroll on the other microphone. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. All right, man. So nothing like getting a goal waved off there in the closing seconds, huh?
Yeah. Especially coming from the two people who created the chance, Rylan Judasak and Ellie Serna, who have come up huge for us in the last few games. It's one of those that you hope it goes in. It does, and couldn't tell.
There's the referee with his flag.
Couldn't tell how far off she was. Couldn't tell on the camera right away. So good that they put it in because we need just that confidence that, hey, I can go and score this goal even though it didn't count. So
yeah, that was actually the only shot on goal that you guys had in the second half. You had one early in the game in the first half, and then Father McGivney's defense pretty much clamped down, man. That Devin Ellis, number 15 back there, she's strong.
Looking at Father McGivney, like the season they've had, they're a pretty good team. We talked about it at halftime, they do the little things right. They work hard. They defend together. They over-communicate everything. So trying to go up against teams like that, right now we've kind of been struggling with it. Just out of lack of experience, just because we are so young. I thought the girls did a really good job tonight.
They're growing up quickly, aren't they?
Yes, they did a very good job tonight. We made a couple adjustments at halftime, and they stuck with it and played really well.
Yeah, Paige Bonnemeyer in goal, man. You can't really have nothing bad to say about her. That is already her 6th shutout here on the varsity side of things, and I don't even know what she did on the JV side before she got pressed in the varsity action.
She is a heck of a goalkeeper. Like I said, she's one of those, her and Carly Van Dyke, it's going to be fun to watch them battle it out for the next few years. She is a stellar goalkeeper. I was sad to lose her on JV when Carly Van Dyke goes down with an injury, just because I know she's super trustworthy back there. You can count on her to make huge saves. Tonight was a prime example. Makes a couple huge saves for us, keeps us at 0-0. So
yeah, I even said during the broadcast, I said if Paige can see it, she can stop it.
100%.
Yeah. All right. I got to talk to you about the JV game, man. You guys were almost in a 0-0 tie there as well, and then 3.5 minutes left to go, and Father McGivney finds the back of the net.
I was very frustrated at the end of the game, and the girls knew it. We talk again. My girls have improved tremendously since the start of the season. Most of my girls, what people don't realize is most of my team does not play soccer outside of high school. A lot of them, this is their first time ever playing soccer. So the fact that they come out and compete with teams, like I was looking at Father McGivney's JV scores, they've got a couple really good wins against teams who have beaten us.
Yeah.
So I thought they played well today. And again, little mistake, 3 minutes left, and they put it over. Hayden didn't stand a chance. It was over her head, and it is what it is. Like I said, the one thing I tell them is that effort is the only thing that they can control, and I thought they gave good effort today, which I was proud of.
Yeah.
So
not a lot of time to dwell on anything, man. You go right back at it tomorrow against Triad here at home, and that'll be on the Kahok Broadcast Club Student Network, by the way. Zach Roseman and Brett Borm will have that game for you. So how do you even have a chance to prepare for a game when you're playing on back-to-back days?
not a ton. At this point, with this being the last week of regular season, the girls know the expectations. It's more or less just about recuperating their bodies to go back and do it again tomorrow. Our game plan doesn't typically change. We make sure we know who their dangerous players are, prepare the girls in conversation over that. Tonight we'll look at film and send things to them so that they can see it tomorrow. But, yeah, a lot of it is just getting their bodies ready to play back-to-back games, which is not easy for anybody to do. So.
All right, dear, thank you for the visit. I will see you a week from tomorrow for playoff action.
Sounds good.
All right, that is Sydney Carroll. We appreciate her visit here on the LC's Pub post-game show. Big thank you to Hannah Liljegren for joining us on the pregame interview. My name is Todd Duke, and I really honestly can't tell you what's going to happen for tomorrow. Right now, I'm scheduled to do a softball game at the Collinsville Sports Complex between Collinsville and Belleville East, but we'll have to see what the rain does before we make any final decisions on what it is exactly that we are going to do tomorrow. So we do know we're going to do something. Either it's going to be softball or I may make a trip over to the gymnasium and do some volleyball. We will see. Again, a big thank you to both of my guests in the pre- and post-game shows. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow at some point, everyone enjoy the rest of your Monday.